Yeah. Gotta have my green tape. I got to have it. I got to have it. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Oi. Hold on a second there, folks. Okay. My goodness gracious. I hope everybody is doing well. Man, all right. So we got a lot to talk about, obviously. We are going to get into the topic. I promise you, we will definitely get into the topic and we will discuss that. But before we get into everything, I just want to remind everybody this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask you all to please be decent in the chat. No racism, no nastiness. So please be decent to each other. If you cannot follow those very simple, easy rules, those awesome people that you see lit up with in blue with the blue wrenches, they will boot you out of here because we are not going to have it. All right. Let me just make sure I killed my volume on my phone. I did. All right. All right. No, crap. Hold on a second, guys. I'm sorry. All right. Whew. What a weekend. Let me just start out by saying, before we get into anything, I am beyond fortunate to have an awesome group of people. Unfortunately, some of the people were not able to make it this weekend. Uh, and it's, it happens. Things come up, and I totally get that. It's just the way it is. But for everybody that showed up, everybody worked their butts off this weekend. And we did get a lot accomplished. I can tell you, my butt is kicked. My butt is kicked bad. When everybody left today, I grabbed something to eat. Dave is still here, and so we had some brats and or no sausage. We had sausage, huh? It was brats. Okay, had those, and then I laid down probably about 3 o'clock, and I slept like a stone until 6. Unbelievably tired, unbelievably tired, but. It was a good tired because we were, and the weather, I will tell you right now, I mean, yesterday was cold, but it wasn't bad as far as weather goes. That other than that, it was overcast. Today, oh, I turned up my volume. Hold on, I can do that. Hold on, guys. All right, is that better? Can you guys hear me better? Maybe if I move my microphone over here too, that might make a difference. Today sucked weather-wise. Not gonna lie, it was icy, rainy. There was a layer of ice on everything. Better, okay, cool. Layer of ice on everything. It was just, so Mark and Bruce and Johnson and, Dave and we had Ronnie. We're all working on the pavilion. I had Les over with me and Rob over with me working in the bunker. Upcoming videos for that, you'll see our progress and see what we got accomplished with that over the next couple of weeks. And so we actually had a real good turn. Yeah, we still had fun, exactly, and that's a thing I think a lot of people will never understand. They'll never get it. They don't. First of all, they don't get why a group of strangers would get together and work together and actually have a good time doing it while we're doing what we're doing right now. His first name is Johnson. No, he has he's Chinese, so everybody just calls him Johnson. It's easier. No, it's not. No, mm-mm. No. So everybody just calls him Johnson. So that's it's easier for him and everybody else. I think his first name is like Yi or something to that effect. I'm not 100% sure. Good guy though, real good guy, young guy. But like I said, everybody worked really, really well together. Like I said, we bust chops, we have fun. Everybody's tired. Everybody's sore by the end of the weekend. We're not, other than Johnson and Bruce, there's everybody else is over 40. Most of us are over 50. So, uh, but no, you know what? We have a good time. And so, yeah, right there you go. Uh, yeah, actually, it had scabbed all up. The poison ivy's gone. I put nothing on it today. It had scabbed all over. Last night I picked the scab off. So if you look, now it's just, it's a little red there, a little tender, if you will. But other than that, and then over my other eye, it's already all gone. So yeah, I mean the poison ivy I will tell you right now, the hydrogen, no, baking soda and white vinegar with what 3-4 days, and it was gone. So really, really happy about that because it really truly sucked. I will tell you that I do not like having poison ivy. It's not a good time. But no, it's already all gone. So I'm real happy about that. Anyway, what do we got? We have 421 in the chat already, or 134 in the thumbs up. Guys, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. I thank you ahead of time for that. Also, it really makes a big, big difference with the algorithms. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications. So also, we had Jason was down here. Anger Prepper was down here this weekend. He had left Saturday, had gone up to East Palestine to do some video up there, try to talk to some of the local people and talk with them to find out what was going on. So definitely go over to his channel and check that part out. And he's in a position now that he's retired that he can run around and go where he wants and do his thing, and that's a good thing. But anyway, it was a great weekend. Everybody worked hard. I'm going to say it in front of everybody on here. I appreciate all the work and the effort that everybody put in. When the weather starts getting nicer, we're going to do other things than just work. So, but right now, I told everybody probably in December, I had said to them the next couple of months down here are going to suck. The weather's probably going to suck, and for whatever reason, every weekend that we do our get-togethers, the weather seems to suck. It's just how it has worked out. It happens. What are you going to do? But so right now, it was a good weekend, and it's good fellowship, and it's a good time, and we enjoy and we talk about things and all that type of stuff. So, JJ, are you expecting the snow? We're not getting any snow down here. I mean, we had like a light dusting. That's pretty much it. The temperature's already actually gone up. It's actually higher now. Right now, I think it's up to 36. If I'm not mistaken, I'll tell you in a second, guys. Hold on. I'll tell you where we're at temperature-wise. Take a look at this. I think we're warmer now than we were the entire weekend. Yeah, it's 32 right now. So, there is snow they're calling for snow tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. So we'll see what happens with that. But okay, so let's get into everything. So I know I did a live stream on Friday and it talked about. No, I'm not, Jen. I'm not doing the naming of the pavilion until next Friday. Okay, not until next Friday, and so we're I'm looking at the different names that people are talking about, and and I'm checking them out, and we're going to go from there. But I will make a decision on the name. So I was joking around, I got to tell you, and some of you may get this. Not one member of my group got it. Okay, so I'm going to do it right now with you guys and see who gets it. All right, what is the reference from? Somebody talked about eagle, right? Something, calling it the eagle because an eagle is a powerful bird and blah 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 blah. So I said to the group, I said, "Hey, I got a name for the pavilion." I go, "How about the eagle's nest?" Okay. So does anybody know in the chat the reference I am talking about with the eagle's nest. So some of you may, some of you may not. Not one member of my group knew. Look at JJ on the ball. It wasn't the bunker. It wasn't the bunker. Yeah, it was Adolf Hitler's place in the Bavarian Alps, and that's where he would go, and they called it the Eagle's Nest. So I saw. I actually like. I'll be honest with you, not because it was Hitler's place, but I actually like that name. I actually like that name. So, but no, it wasn't about the war movie. No, it was actually where Hitler, in the Bavarian Alps, he had a place that he called the Eagle's Nest. So JJ was right on it. Look at JJ. JJ with the big brain. But no, I haven't decided on a name yet. I will do that on Friday. So keep giving your guesses all week, and we will figure something out. I'll find something that I've seen a couple that I really liked. I'll be honest with you, and we will go from there. So, all right. Okay, so let's talk about the situation. I have received phone calls this weekend, and was asked my advice. I will tell you, if it was me, what I would do. I'm not going to tell you what you should do. I'm not going to tell you what you shouldn't do. It's not my decision to make. It's your decisions to make. But I was called and I was asked, what would you do? So I'm telling you what I would do. Okay. My advice to this individual was, if it was me and if it was my money, I would go Monday and I would pull my money out of the bank. That's just me. You have to make your own decisions on your own, what you want to do or what you don't want to do. You have to be really, really cautious at this point. Excuse me, guys. Will there be a run on the banks on Monday? My guess, and I'm not, what do I know, right? Who am I? I'm just some guy that lives in the middle of the woods in West Virginia. I would not be surprised if there is a run on banks tomorrow where people are very, very scared. They're worried. Are they going to be able to get their money out if they leave their money in? Should they take some money out? You have to make that decision on your own. But the advice that I gave, I said, if it was me and if it was my money, I would be pulling it out. Because guess what? If the banks get to a point where there is a huge run on the different banks, they will basically say, nope, we're only allowing people to withdraw XYZ amount, and go from there. So the digital dollar is planned to start this June. I still don't think, Terrence Parker Jr., that they can implement that. I really don't think that that's going to be something that they're going to be able to implement. So your small local banks are okay. Be worried about the large amounts in corporate banks. To me, like I said, I just don't have a whole lot of trust with those type of things. I really don't. So, you have to make a decision on what's best for you. When you put your money away in anything, any kind of investment, you are taking a risk of losing it, be it in the bank, be it in stocks and bonds, whatever the case may be. It's a risk. It's risk and reward. So, to me, and I have said to you guys before, I believe in tangible goods. It's what I believe in. I like having things that I can touch, that I can hold on to, that have value, that I can say, okay, I have this amount of this, and it's going to be worth XYZ amount, okay? Asif is saying pull out 2 to 3 months of expenses. Yeah, because I'm telling you, if they start limiting withdrawals, and that's what happened over, what was it, in Greece? They could only take out so much a day, and it wasn't a whole lot. It was not a whole lot. So, if you have those concerns and you don't want to have your money tied up where you can't put your hands on it, then you got to do what you got to do. Like I said, I'm not going to sit here and tell you, run to the banks. take all your money out. I'm not going to tell you to do that. Is there concerns? There is. You know, there is. Name it West Virginia militia. Brenda, there will be nothing down here saying militia. We are not a militia down here. We are absolutely. It's one of the things I will tell you right now. Anybody new coming into my group, I tell them two things. Okay? Always say the same two things. We are not a militia. If you want to be part of a militia, this is not the group for you. Okay? The second thing I always tell everybody, even though a lot of us may be anti-government, we are not looking to overthrow the government. That is not the kind of group that we are. Again, if you are looking for that kind of group, go on down the road and hook up with somebody else. We are a group of people that are coming together, that are working together because we believe that something will happen. And if we are coming together and working together, when things do go sideways, there's safety in numbers. We're working together to make this place better. And as we go forward, you're just going to see it. It's going to get better and better and better. It's going to take time, and that's it. And it's effort, and there's work to be done. So we do what we got to do. The pavilion project may take a few more months to get it to where we want it to be. That's okay. We'll get it there. So, but all right. So that's just to do that. Yeah, there'll be nothing ever down here associated with a militia because we are not a militia. So, um, yeah. Oh, I do want to address. We're going to talk some more here in a second, but I did want to address a comment. And some of these people, I don't know what they're thinking, honestly. And the comment was, you're on your own property and you're walking around with a gun on all the time on your hip. What are you afraid of? Well, I'm not afraid of anything, number one. Number two, I have a gun on my hip. Guess why? Because I can. That's number two. Number three, there are things in the woods where I am not the apex predator. Okay? There's things in the woods that can kill me, right down to snakes. We have big cats in the area. There are coyotes. We have all kinds of game out there that if they're coming at you, you know, what am I going to do? Stand there and wave my hand at them as they're coming in to try to kill me? No, I want to be able to do something about it. So that's one of the reasons why I do it. I'm out in the middle of the woods. So, and we have black bear as well. So, so, but those are people that, they're living in their apartment and they feel like they're safe. Well, good for you. Have a good time at it, you know. But like I said, the number one reason why I carry a gun on me is because I can. Yeah, is my right. There's a thing called the Second Amendment. Uh, Ed, do you know anyone in West Tennessee, northern Mississippi? Um, it- Actually, I have group members that are from Tennessee. So here's one of the things, I want to mention this because I think that this is important. We have group members as far as Massachusetts, coming on down New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania, Ohio, all through that area. Well, what we're working on doing is like way stations where people can get to a certain point, either group up with another group member, if they had to have a bug out situation, or it's a spot that they can stop to refuel, to rest, to have a little bit of food. And we're working on coordinating those things as well. But that's one of the things that we are working on. So, we have people in North Carolina, Tennessee, all over the place. So, but that's kind of, we're obviously still taking in new members. There's not going to be a cap on who can be in here. So that's just, one of the things that we're never going to get to a point where like, oh yeah, we're not taking anybody new. Yeah, right, right. Well, then we'd have to buy more. That's all. We have to extend the property. But no, but I'll tell you what, we got a really good thing going here. I have a wonderful group of people that I'm not going to deny. And when people can't make it, they genuinely feel bad. And I'm like, listen, I understand. Things happen, And what are you going to do? So, but name it the Nut House. I like that actually. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, Underground Prepper Railroad. Exactly. It's coordinating. If people that are farther out can get down to and connect with somebody that's closer, and then they come down together. Guess what? That's safety in numbers as well while they're traveling, and the trust is there. This is what I think a lot of people don't get. Really, they don't get it. The trust. Trust is earned. It's built over time. It's not something that you're given automatically. You know. So anyway, guys, you know, obviously there's a lot to be concerned about. A lot to be concerned about. We need to be paying attention. We need to be paying attention. And in the meantime, keep prepping. Keep prepping. Typically, it takes 12 days for the rest of the banks to feel the impact of a bank fail. Well, you just had two of them in a row, JJ, and the one was what 206 billion. They had 179 or 175 billion in assets. So, and they're closed. Their doors are closed. So, that's what people need to think about. What do we got? 716 in the chat, guys. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so. We're only at 272 on the thumbs up. You know, the Brain Trust, name of your property. That's not a bad one either. Well, we're naming the pavilion first. The pavilion's got to be named first. What's that? The Cuckoo's Nest, right? Yeah, right. There's a bunch of nuts in there. um, three banks now. What's the third bank? But yeah, Valhalla's Hall. Yeah, that'd be cool. I know it's Signature Bank in New York. Really? Ah, that I did not know. Yeah, it's a pretty decent sized bank. But anyway, many things to be concerned about. Now, everybody talks about the digital dollar and how they want to implement that and stuff like that. That has been an ongoing discussion that they've been trying to do for a while. How do you do that, right? How do you get that to happen? Well, you have to have the system that's in place fail first. So I'm not saying that, not saying that that's what they're doing. That's not what I'm saying is happening. I'm just saying watch the Dow drop 10 to 15% tomorrow. I don't know if it could drop that much, Asif, because of the safeguards. Like if it drops like 2,000 points, they'll stop trading for like a half an hour, and those type of things, and they'll only let it go down so much in one day now. So but again, you just pay attention, folks. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. What do you say? Oh, I see it. Yep. Curious what happens with the loans when the banks close. I expect my vehicle to be repossessed if the lender closes. No, what they would probably do, Jared, is they would transfer that, and you'd get a new thing in the mail saying, "Please send your payment to here from now on." No, believe me, they want their money. I'm pretty sure, like with my truck loan, they're not just going to go, never mind the rest of that. I wish. But that's not the case. That is definitely not the case. If there's a bank run, will you see PMs run up, way up too? Uh, you know what? I think that, well, the interest rates would go skyrocketing, I believe. I absolutely believe that they would. Oh, no, that's not a bad name, Anlock. I like that. PN1 Mountain Kitchen. Because we'll be doing a lot of cooking in there, that's for sure, once we get the wood stoves hooked up and that type of thing. Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, guys. Um, I'm really, really excited about what we got. I just hope we get enough time. I really do, because there's just so much that has to be done. And but yeah, we just, like I said, stay vigilant. Get what you need to get. If you feel like you want to take your money out, get your money out. Do what you have to do. So I know Wells Fargo. There's talk that Wells Fargo is in some trouble as well. We'll have to keep paying attention to that as well. Again, you got to watch what's going on. And if you're comfortable with leaving your money there, leave your money there. If you're not, then I would definitely. If you have less than 250,000, you are insured, right? But Sonia, they have what, 99 years to pay you back. You think you'll be here then? You know, so. But yeah, like I said, you just you know, I know what I do with my money. My money's not sitting in a bank. Okay, my money does not sit in the bank. But like I said, tangible goods. Hey, awesome. Just looked it up. Three breaks in trading, 7%, 13%, and then halts for the day if it drops 20%. Okay, yeah, I knew there was measures in place now, so they couldn't have a repeat of the 1920s when the stock market collapsed. So yeah. So thank you for sharing that information, and thank you very much for the donation as well. Should you pull your money out of Wells Fargo? Again, that is up to you. If you're listening to what's going on and you're paying attention and you want to be able to get your money out while you can get your money out, it's not probably a bad idea to get your money out. If you are okay with them limiting you of what you can do with your money, I don't like somebody. See, I don't like somebody having that kind of control over what I'm doing. So that's that's kind of where I'm at with that. I don't like that. Them, dictating what you can. And I don't want to go to the bank and ask permission to be able to take out a pittance of the money that I have in there if I had money in the bank, which I don't. So, but just like I said, keep paying attention to stuff, guys. Watch what's going on. Make your decisions. You know what your financial situation is. I think you should have a certain amount of cash on hand at all times, no matter what. I've talked about that in the past. Uh, you know, Small denomination bills too. I think you should have ones, fives, tens, and 20s. If you have, if you can do it, have that cash available on hand. I think it's important to be able to do that. If you need to go someplace and they're not making change or the system's down, here's what you have to understand. Let's be 100% honest. SHTF happens tomorrow. We wake up tomorrow, the lights are out. You're not getting any money out of the bank. Everything is shut down. There's nothing else you can do, right? Cash is still going to be king for about 48 to 72 hours. After that, people are going to realize, that cash means nothing. That cash means nothing because it's not. Where's the value? So what you have to realize is, again, and watch my videos. I've been preaching this for how many years? Years. Tangible goods, things that are borrowable, things that are tradable. If I have something, right? If I have something and you need it, you're going to give me whatever I want to get what I have. That's how it's going to work. That's how it's going to work. You would see riots. You would see runs on stores. There would be nothing there. Every dollar store, every Dollar Tree, Dollar General, convenience store, CVS. There'll be nothing in any of them. Every grocery store, there'll be nothing. Again, remember, a just-in-time delivery system. If the system stops, no more food is being delivered. And where do you think those truck drivers are going to go? You think they're going to still be out there on the road trying to ship you goods that's, not there? No, they're not. They're going to get their butts home. And whatever they got in their truck, they're taking it with them. If you guys remember, early in The Walking Dead, and the guy was, was on oxygen, and he was a delivery driver, and they had the truck, and they had backed the truck up to the building, and they had all that food in that truck, and that's what kept them going, and they stayed isolated for a while. That's a reality situation. Obviously, zombies walking around is not reality, but pretty much that's what people are going to be. They're going to have nothing. They're going to be starving. They're going to be looking for whatever they can get and take. It's people have no idea how badly things will get. No idea. So for all those out there that's going, boy, I just wish it would happen. I don't. I honestly don't, because I'm not ready. I don't think I'll ever be ready. Now, am I ready than the average bear? You better believe I am. Okay. Um, and I'll take that advantage over most people every day of the week. But the reality is, you know, in a true SHTF situation, it's going to get real ugly real fast. You have a very small window to get to where you want to get, period. You know, and so pay attention to these things. None of this is a joke. It's not a game. I mean, it is a game, but it's not a game, if that makes any sense. Life is a game, okay? Again, I play to win. I want to win the game. So, just, yeah, prepare for the worst, hope for the best. And that's all any of us can do. And when the time comes, what is that? What's that old saying? He who dies with the most toys wins. I don't know if you guys have heard that one. I remember hearing that. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like John D. Rockefeller, right? At the time, richest man in the world. When I die, guess what? I'm going to go to the ground with the same amount of money John D. Rockefeller went with. None. Doesn't matter. But the goal is to not have other people control you. Be a captain of your own destiny. Make your own choices. Put yourself in a situation to be successful. And money and power is not success. It's not. It's a very thin, fragile veil. It's a very thin, fragile veil. So, to me, I having enough food that I can go years, that makes me feel really, really good. Being able to protect what I have makes me feel really, really good. Knowing that I have like-minded people that have my back and I have their back puts me in a position where I feel really, really good. You know, I want you to think about this, guys. All right. So our group was down this weekend. What do we have? 9 of us here all together? Dave, probably? I think it was 9, wasn't it? Yeah, we had about 9 people here this weekend. Well, SHTF happens. Everybody will be here. The ones that couldn't make it because of whatever commitments that they had and those type of things. Everybody will be here. And it won't be for just 2 days. What do you think we can accomplish here if everybody's here all the time? How quickly we would be building, taking care of stuff, getting things squared away, working on gardens, all those type of things, you know? So that's what you need to think about. Yes, there you go right there. I like that comment. Health is wealth. Yep. Health is wealth. If you have your health, you have everything. If you don't have good health, Steve Jobs would come to mind. Who remembers Steve Jobs, right? He's dead. Cancer got him. Didn't matter how much money he had. Didn't matter how many billions of dollars he was worth. It didn't matter that he was a brilliant man, right? You know, he didn't have his health and he's dead. Period. End of story. We all have our issues. We all have our problems, and I get it. I've had my fair share, but you have to remember, the better prepared we are for whatever situation happens, we're going to be better off. Hey, Mario Outdoors. It takes small percentage of bank customers to withdraw their cash to cause a collapse. And so many I know are trying to take a few $1,000s out of their accounts tomorrow. It's going to be bad. I don't disagree with that statement at all. I honestly do believe you will see some kind of a run on the banks tomorrow. And I also believe, thank you very much for that statement. And thank you very much for the donation as well. I really do appreciate that. I think what you're going to see is at a certain point tomorrow, I don't care what bank you're going to go to, they're going to limit the amount that you can withdraw. So if it was me, right? If it was me and I had a ton of money in the bank and I wanted to pull out like 10 grand, right? I got to pull out 10 grand. When those doors opened at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, my butt will have been there since like 8 o'clock in the morning because I'm going to be in line. I'm going to be one of the first ones in there. That's just what I would do. I am not telling you what you should do. You can do whatever you want to do. Yeah, just go to 10 different ATMs. Well, they're actually, and again, you are limited. Um, you are limited what you can pull out per day. Yeah, there's a limit unless you have a higher limit that you're allowed to pull. I think it's like what 600 a day. I think is.
I think I can take out. Well, I've taken out 600.
Yeah, I think 600 is the max you can take out. A lot of ATMs won't let you take out more than 500 at a time. So most banks have limits on what you can take out each day. My daughter found that out last week. Not no. If you have the money in there, I mean, unless it's an exorbitant amount. Unless it's an exorbitant amount, um, I will give you. I've talked about like with my well. Okay, I had to take a certain amount of money out of the bank to pay the well guys, and I went to the bank and I took that money out, and it was they did not limit me of what I could take out. I was able to take out the amount that I needed. So, and I'm not going to tell you what it was because it's not your business, but that's what we know. I was able to do that. So, but yeah, it depends on your bank. It depends on what your relationship with the bank is. If you have a high limit that you can take out, then you can take out more. So, John Connor says, all my $12 will come out tonight. That is too funny. Now, John, don't spend that all in one place, okay? Make sure you spread that around. Yeah, right. Ask for it in pennies. Oh my God, that's funny. Anyway, guys, what do we got? 894 in the chat. We're at 372 on the thumbs up. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do so to show support for the channel. And again, I do appreciate you doing that ahead of time. Makes a huge difference with the algorithms. So I thank you for that reason as well. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. If you are not receiving notifications and you are subscribed and have the bell icon on, they play games sometimes. YouTube does. They unsubscribe people sometimes. It happens. It's been going on for a long time. I would just say unsubscribe, resubscribe, and hit the bell icon again, and hopefully that will help and fix that problem. So very much appreciated all the way around. Obviously, like, comment, and share as well. It did. Oh, I'm back. It's back? Yeah. Okay. Oh my God. I thought for a second that they screw with me. All right. We're back. Woo! I was going to be like, no, don't do that. Yeah, I had it said connection was unstable. So, but, yeah. I took out a 10,000 cash to buy a car, and the bank manager said he had to write down a reason before I could give it to me. Told him to go screw, and I got my money. This was yeah. It's not their business. It's your money. You can do what you want with it. Yeah. So I was just about to make a point too. I was saying something. What did I say before? Just talking about when you froze up. Yeah, no, but just before I froze up, what was I saying? I don't remember. Okay, sorry. Yeah, that was weird, but. God, I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say something to you guys, and I can't remember what I was going to say. God, I hate it when that happens. Old age sucks sometimes. Exactly, 80K, man. He said old age, Ed. It happens. So. About the 10,000 you took out? No, it wasn't about that. But, Alaska Prepper was taking a month off, Wanda. That's why he hasn't put up a video. He was taking a month off. But again, just Oh, I know. I think I know what I was talking about. I was saying, okay, yeah, I remember now. Wow, I actually came back on my own. Wow, look at how about that. There is a few brain cells still. The synapses are still working. All right. So what I was going to say is, the more people that we can wake up, the better it is for us because it's less victims out there. Okay. And I know it can be very frustrating when you talk till you're blue in the face and people don't listen or they think that you're crazy. Um, that can be very, very frustrating. Okay. But the more people that we wake up that realize that something ain't right and they better do something about it, that is less people trying to take your stuff because you prepared. So remember that. That's a good thing. You know, try to have good relationships with people. Because if you think about it, okay, I mean, let's be realistic. Joe Smith down the road. I don't like Joe Smith. Joe Smith is an a-hole. Things have gone sideways. Guess what? Who's one of the first people? Because maybe I'm not a nice person. Who's one of the first person that I'm going to go to and try to take their stuff? It's going to be Joe Smith because I don't like Joe Smith. Think about that. So if you have a good relationship with people, and you're a decent person, I mean, obviously it depends on what your character is as well. But the better situation that you are in, the relationships that you have, the less likely somebody's going to come and try to take your stuff. If you're working with people, if you've developed the relationships enough where you say, hey, let's work together in the neighborhood, that's going to be better. This is going to be similar to the Lehman Brothers fiasco in 2000. Is it? Honestly, in strictly opinion, I think it could be worse. The system is apparently Joe Smith is a bad guy, right? Right. Um, the system is very fragile. It has been very fragile for a very, very long time, and so that. And what I want you guys to remember too, and I want you to think about this. I want you to think about this, and this is, we have a society of very weak-minded people right now, younger people, especially the younger people. They're weak, and not all of them. There's some very solid young people, very squared away young people. Depends on how they were raised, but a majority of them, and that's not a fallacy. That's pretty much a fact. A majority of them haven't got a clue, don't know their butt from a hole in the ground, and they're going to be in big, big trouble when SHTF goes bad, when their phone ain't working, and they can't get on the internet, and they can't have somebody else making the decisions for them, and they have to make the decisions themselves. Okay, they have no work ethic. They don't know a hard day's work if it jumped up and bit them in the behind. They're an entitled generation of kids, and they are going to sit there, and if they don't have a safe place to go off and have a nice cry, and when they have their nice cry, guess what? Things ain't going to be better. So that's what people need to remember. That's what's out there. That's what we're going to be dealing with. Have you ever seen how quickly? Okay, you have kittens, right? Got these kittens. People don't want them. They let them loose. Get rid of them, right? How quickly those cats can turn feral, right? Then you can't get near them. You can't go up and pet them and touch them and, oh, look at the nice kitty, and it's going to try to attack you. Really quickly, they'll turn feral, and that's what happens. All right. What do you think these people are going to do? The ones that survive, because some of them are just going to have a little sit down and cry, and they're going to be, oh my god, I can't live like this, and I'm going to give up. Again, somebody in the comments, was like, oh well, if things go bad, I would rather just die. I wouldn't want to live like that. Well, then do it. You're not going to be missed because you're not going to be able to contribute anything anyway. Not with that attitude. You know what I mean? And that's what you got to think about. Your attitude is everything. Your mindset is everything. If you have Lord of the Flies, exactly. That's reality. Yeah, I'm feral now, exactly. Don't get too close because I will bite. But you might like it. Just remember that. But anyway, yeah, it is. We have to be ready, folks. Be ready for whatever. Do what you can do. Get what you need to get. Take care of your business because I think that things are going to get ugly. It's a matter of time anyway. Uh, just depends on how fast it happens. And honestly, it can be today is normal and tomorrow is a nightmare. And it can happen that quickly. That can happen that quickly, that quickly. So, all right, well, let's do. I'm going to ask again. What are we? 819 in the chat. We got 479 on the thumbs up. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do that to show support for the channel. So what are we at? We're almost at 500. Let's set a goal for 700 tonight. Got a decent amount of people in here. Let's set a goal for 700 thumbs up. That's 218 to go. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel. Let's see if we can hit 700 just because why not? We got plenty of time left in the stream. So also it does make a huge difference with the algorithm. So I thank you for that as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you for that ahead of time. All right, so we're going to do egg count. So all of you that guessed already, I don't know why you guys keep doing it. Until I say go, it don't count. All your guesses don't count until I say go. All right, so how many eggs today? And yes or no for thick neck? Go. All right, let's see what we got here. Give you guys a moment to get your guesses in there, and I will tell you what the answer is. Now, they had a bunch of snow up in New York. I think they got about 8 inches or so. Which is not really a bunch; it's a little bit. So give you guys a few more minutes to get your guesses up here. Let's keep those thumbs up coming. The goal is 700 thumbs up. We're now up to 538. So 162 to go. So let's see if we can get that. Let's see if we can hit our goal just for fun, and why not? All right. If you had the same exact guess as now, if you had guessed at the right time, you would have had the same guess as R.E. Gold. But R.E. Gold jumped the gun, so their guess did not count. So, but if you had the same guess as R.E. Gold and Dale from Ohio, so Dale from Ohio is the winner with 7 eggs and yes for thick neck. Dave was wrong because he put no. He had 7 eggs, but he put no, so he was wrong. So congratulations to Dale, and a consolation prize to R.E. Gold. You were too early. You gotta wait, guys. You gotta wait. So you can't. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. So, congratulations, Dale. You've won absolutely nothing except the bragging rights that you had the right egg count. So, congratulations for that. Oh my God, that's funny. He's got whoopee. All right, so that's cool. That was fun. Anyway. So we're up to 553. So 147 to go now. See, now it looks actually more realistic that we can hit that goal of 700 thumbs up. Too funny. I know, it's weird. It's like I had somebody ask me, what's with the egg count? It just kind of has taken a life of its own. And we've been doing that now for quite a while in the live streams. It is definitely been better, with the chickens now that Becky's changed the feed. What a difference that has made. And to get the kind of in the amount of eggs that we have been getting since she changed the feed is unbelievable. If you guys remember, we were getting 1, 2, 0 on some days. And, and obviously it's a combination of time of year. Wintertime, they don't lay as much. But once they changed that feed on those, yeah, we were using Tractor Supply feed, 80K man. Yep, we were, and we've had a whole discussion about that as well. But so we did that, with that, and then so we got that part of it done. But once we changed that feed, they have been doing very, very well since then. And thick neck's laying, and it's still winter technically. And like I said, they had a bunch of snow yesterday, so it's not like the weather up there has been super sunny and great. They're being much more, yeah, now averaging 5+ a day. Yep, and thick neck has been laying definitely on a more consistent basis now too. So, but yeah, so that's a good thing. Uh, you know, it's I know there's a lot of channels out here that do nothing but gloom and doom, try to scare the crap out of you every day. Uh, again, and that's fine. If you want to watch those channels, that's great. To me, it makes more sense to be practical, to, put yourself in the best position that you can be in. Especially if you have children, you need to think about your children. You need to think about your grandchildren. The people that you care about, your, wife, significant other, whatever that may be. Husband, wife, whoever. You need to think about that. And like I said, for me, when I had my epiphany, which was Hurricane Katrina, that was my wake up call. That's what got me started. And I watched the government's response and how they handled that situation with Hurricane Katrina. And it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. And at the time, my twins were 4 years old. They're now 21. So it kind of gives you an idea how long I've been doing this, right? Been doing it for a long time now. But it really made me sit down and think. And, Josh was 10 at the time. Twins were 4, and I was responsible not only for myself, but my wife and the children. And I was like, you know what? I'm not ready to deal with any kind of emergency type of situation. And, that's what really got me started, you know, getting ready and doing. And like I said, I did a ton of research, studied a lot, made a ton of mistakes, and that's why, yep, I did see that. Yep, I see you when you tagged me in there, 80K man. Yep. Um, I've made a ton of mistakes, and I think it's important if you guys can learn from my mistakes and not make the same mistakes that I made. That's a win. I'm going to show you the positive, the negative. I'm going to show you everything because I think it's important. Hey, Asif, Thickneck was fired from her professorship from Egg University, so she had more time to lay eggs. No more sabbaticals. That's right. That's right. Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for that very cute statement. That's very cool. Um, but yeah, it's just what happened with that situation with Hurricane Katrina. Obviously, I will tell you right now, it scared me. It did, because it made me realize how unprepared I was to take care of my family. And no, I'm not slacking on getting the books later. I just haven't been out very much. I'll be honest with you. The books will get shipped out. You guys, I know I will get the books out. I promise you, the books will get out. So I have a couple things that this weekend. I'm sorry, I might have been a little busy this weekend. you know, I don't know what our weather's looking like tomorrow. I do have to go out Tuesday. That I do know for sure. So we'll have to see, if I can, take care of that. I will try. I will get those books out to you guys soon. I promise. So, ice storm in Rochester changed my life. Could feed people, not but no heat then. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what. Those type of events, when they happen, Kathy S. It's a reality check. It's a gut check. And what amazes me about that is so many people, when the power comes on a week or 2 weeks later, and they go right back to the same patterns, and they don't change anything, and they don't put themselves in a position to be able to deal with those situations. And it drives me crazy because I'm like going, are you not paying attention? You know? And so to me, it's if I am in a position where I don't have to rely on the government, that's a win. If I don't have to stand in line with 1,000 or 2,000 of my closest friends waiting for my handout, that's a win. If I don't have to go to the shelter with 5,000 of my closest friends and be all cramped up in there and screaming kids and people moaning and groaning and everything else that people are going to do when they're in a confined area and there's a large number of them, if I don't have to deal with that, that's a win. I want to win, you know, I want to win. And so if I can put myself in a position where I can be as independent as I possibly can be, I can take care of the people that I care about, that I love, that are my group members, and they know that I have their back and they're going to have my back. That's huge. That's huge. And so that's the important thing to me. And so, coming down here, yeah, the Superdome was a nightmare, Austin said. Yeah, it absolutely was. A lot of people don't know the stories of what happened at the Superdome with the rapes and everything else that went on. They never heard about that. They never heard about all the people that were killed that didn't die because of the hurricane, that they never found the bodies for. A lot of people were killed down there. And the government's response to the situation, they didn't hear about what happened with that, where, they went in and disarmed people. I want you guys to really go back, do the research, look and see what happened with Hurricane Katrina. I mean, if that doesn't wake people up, I don't know what would. I really don't. Any natural disaster that has affected you personally, why would you not say, hey, wow, maybe I should have a couple extra propane tanks. Maybe I should have a way to be able to have a wood stove in here, especially if I live in the Northeast and we're going to deal with cold weather and we know that we're going to have, cold weather. Be proactive, because you know what? Here's the important thing. The number one person that's going to watch out for you is you. And if you do nothing, who do you have to blame? Who do you have to blame? So when the time comes, and if you sat around and all you've done is pissed and moan forever and a day and have done nothing, you have nobody to blame but yourself. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm not going to feel sorry for you at that point. I'm not. I've been on here. Yeah, don't worry, Ed. The government will protect us. Yeah, oh, yeah. I'm counting on that. But the reality is, we have to watch out for ourselves. We have to watch out for our families. As fathers, as mothers, those children are innocent. They haven't got a clue in the world until we teach them, until we show them. That's when they'll figure things out. Until then, they never will. They'll have no idea. So what are we at 587? So we need 113 more thumbs up, guys, to hit our goal of 700. Let's keep those thumbs up coming. We still got 700 people in the chat. Now, what did he say? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, that's funny. But my uncle was a New Orleans Police Department when Katrina hit. Said it was an apocalyptic war zone. Yeah, exactly. Looting, stealing. You got to understand, there's a certain segment of the population that anytime any kind of disaster happens, they're going to take that opportunity to steal everything that's not nailed down. There is a segment of the population who will do that. Do you guys remember? And I want you to think about this. When the Rodney King riots were happening in Los Angeles. Now, it's clear as day, and I remember it because certain things will stick in my mind always. Always. Couple things that will always stick in my mind. One of them was the Korean store owners on the roof of their establishment shooting people. Okay? Shooting rioters and looters. Shooting them. Right? I remember that as clear as day. Up on the roof, just shooting away at people. Do you guys remember that? I will also never forget the innocent truck driver that just happened to be driving through that area, and they pulled him out of his truck and nearly beat the guy to death.
Caved half his head in.
Yeah, caved half his head in. Yep. I remember that. Do you remember that? So, yep, Reginald Denny. Exactly. Yep. So those things, guys, I remember them and I put them in my memory bank and I say, I don't ever want to be in that position. Ever. Ever. So if somebody comes up to my vehicle and attempts to pull me out, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant surprise. I can tell you that right now. Very unpleasant surprise. So, and here's the thing. Let's remember something. The riots, right? Rodney King. Oh my God, the police beat up Rodney King. Let's remember something right now. And I want you guys to think about this. Oh, poor Rodney King, he's a victim. No. If Rodney King, did he deserve that beating? Absolutely not. Nobody deserves to get a beating like that. But if Rodney King had stopped the car when the police turned the fire lights on, right? Taken his medicine, gone to jail like a big boy, none of it would have ever happened. Never would have happened. And that's what kills me about a lot of these situations. If you stop for the police, right? You did something wrong. That's on you. Nobody else's fault. It's your fault. When you run from the police, boy, that gives them a chub like you've never seen in your life, and they get all amped up and they're ready to rock and roll. And then result is what happened there with that situation. Now, like I said again, I am not ever going to advocate anybody beating up anybody. Remember, 400 years of captivity were just learned from the true savages. I'm so sick of that crap too. 400 years of captivity. You know what? I want you guys to remember something. Did we go over now? First of all, slavery is not a white thing only. Slavery is still happening today, right? Slavery is still happening today, all right? And it's not exclusively the white man. Oh, the terrible, horrible white man. He's the terrible. Well, I want you to remember this. Did we go over to Africa with butterfly nets and capture people with butterfly nets and put them on ships and bring them over here? Or was it other black people that sold black people into slavery? Let's think about that a second. Yeah, I'm getting on my soapbox. I am, because that kind of stuff pisses me off. I am so sick and tired of the victimhood mentality. It drives me insane. And we're going to do shout outs here in just a second, but I had to do my rant. I'm tired of that crap, okay? Stop being victims. Be proactive. You are the captain of your own ship. In this day and age, as much as they want to perpetuate it in the news and y'all want to still play like you're victims, if you are black in America today, you have more advantages than anybody else, okay? Because you have your race card. You got that right off the bat. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, you can't fire me because, see here, look, here's my card. It says I'm black, so you can't fire me. It's just, I really get tired of it. Be a human being. Relax. Let's support each other. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what color you are. If you're a good person, you're a good person. Period. Work like everybody else does. Be respectful. I'm calming down. I had to bring it back. Let's respect each other. That's what we got to do. That's what we should do. You know what I mean? And if America was so horrible and so terrible, when you had the opportunity to go back, your ancestors should have gone back. And if you don't like that, well, hate crimes happen, guys, against every single race. It is not exclusively, against black people. White people have hate crimes perpetuated against them. Asian people have hate crimes perpetuated against them. Anybody from anywhere. It happens all the time. Okay. So I truly do hate the victim mentality. So let's just stop that. All right. What are we at? 635 on the thumbs up. We still got 696 in the chat. Well, we got 65 more to go. Let's get 700 thumbs up, guys. Let's get there. So anyway, I'm sorry. If you put me on my soapbox, I'm going to preach it. So, all right, let's do shout outs. We have Icky Can up in Canada. Good guy. Ask you to support him. Angry Prepper, which is Jason, really good guy. Definitely want you to support him as well. You have Alaska Prepper, which is Rudy. He is taking a week off, so that's why he's not, or a month off, so that's why he has not been posting. Okay. You have Alaska Granny. There is Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance. Same guy, two different channels, doing a lot of good stuff, building up in Canada, showing you how to do it. Really squared away individual. You have Demcat, like Demcat a lot too. Very smart man. A lot of good information with his channel. You have Corporal's Corner. There's Bjorn Hansen. Uh, you know, stealth camping type of stuff, showing you how to survive out in the woods. Very cool information with those guys. Okay. You have going too fast here. 80K Man up in the Adirondacks, doing his thing up there. You have Bizariza Jizza, who does the Carrington Chronicles, and a lot of good information there as well. Cool stories. Definitely check those out. You have Marfugal News out on the West Coast with Adam and Dax. Good guys. Definitely support them as well. Let's see, where am I here? We have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. There is Wrangle Star. That's Cody. Another good channel. A lot of good information with his channel. We have Red Poppy Ranch. There's Survival Lily. You have Kyle's Cabin with Kyle and Sierra up in Minnesota doing their thing. You have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband and wife team, two different channels. Really good people. A lot of good information with them as well. All right. Let's see. We have Green Greg's. There is Southern Prepper 1 with the Boots on the Ground series. A real good series. A lot of information, letting people know what's going on. That's what we need to know. We need to know what's going on. Gray Man Prepping. There's St. Bernard Acres with Joe. You have Doug and Stacy. They've been around a long time. Really good channel. A lot of great information with their channel. The Nomadic Movement down in Panama. Nice young couple down there. You have the Green Dream Project. Another nice couple out in Arizona living in the desert, showing you how it's done. You have Camping with Steve Wallace. Another nice guy up in Canada. Stealth camping. Really, really cool. Bush Doctor Survival. There is Monkey Works. You have the Needy Homesteader. Good channel. She's been around a long time. Good person. Boss of the Swamp. He's been around for a very long time. A lot of good information with his channel as well. There is the Oppenheimer Ranch Project with Diamond. Really, really good guy. I like him a lot. Very, very smart. A lot of good information with his channel. There is Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. You have City Prepper. There is Lumina Acres, Suspicious Observer. A lot of good channels, a lot of good information. The cycles of things, really should be paying attention to those things. Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist, Bushcraft Bear. You have Mary Greeley News, giving you all the latest of what's going on with Yellowstone and all those type of situations. Definitely should be checking her out as well. I really like her. Adapt 2030. You have Malachi's Corner. There's Ice Age Farmer. If you're going to get your weather, there's one guy you should get your weather from, and that is Ryan Hall Y'all. Ryan Hall's a good guy, gives back to the community in a huge way. He's doing really good things, so definitely go show him some support as well. You have Russell Brand. I like Russell Brand. He gives you the information and lets you decide what you want to do with it, which I think is a good thing. You have Deep South Homestead, The Outsider. There's The Fit Farmer. There is Prep Rebel, Simple Life Reclaimed. There is Townsend's, The Prepared Mind. You have Pinball Preparedness down in Tennessee, East Tennessee Preparedness, also the Economic Ninja, and then last but not least, Little House Off Gritty, and they are also in Tennessee. A lot of good channels out there, a lot of good information. I do believe we should be supporting each other. I know a lot of you are putting other channels in the chat, which is great. We are a small community. We should be supporting each other. I think it's important that we do so. So definitely let's support each other. Okay, so what are you up to? 669. So in 31 more, guys. You guys are rocking it out. I almost thought 700 was going to be too high a number, but you're making quick work of it. So 30 more to go. Let's get those 30 more thumbs up. And again, I do appreciate that. It does make a big, big difference. So thank you for that as well. There's a lot of good information out there. There's a lot of good channels out there. And like I said, we definitely should be looking at different perspectives. People look at things differently, and I think that that's important to look at things from that different perspective. Everybody does not think the same, which is a good thing. That's not a bad thing. All right. So, biggest thing, guys, and again, I'm not going to get back on my soapbox, but I'm going to say this: stop being victims. I don't care what color you are. Don't be a victim. Be proactive. Put yourself in a situation that is going to help your family. Because at the end of the day, the only one that's really going to care about your family is you. Okay? Your wife, your kids, your grandkids. Yep, 80K Man says failure to prepare is preparing to fail. And I'm going to tell you what, guys, there's going to be a tremendous amount of victims out there of their own making because they've done nothing. With every opportunity to be successful, they're going to blame everybody else. They're never going to look in the mirror and look at the real culprit, and that is them. When they could have done something, they've done nothing. So, we have a choice. We absolutely have a choice. And I think we should stay focused and try to do the right thing that way. All right. Where do you see the banks and the Federal Reserve in 6 to 12 months? That is hard to say. Will we even have a country in 6 to 12 months? That should be more of the question that I would be asking. Are things going to go completely sideways sooner or later, or how long? We have been on a slippery slope, in my opinion, for a very, very long time. It has been going downhill. And so I think it's real important that we just stay on top of things. Hey, Hunter guy, there are so many things hitting our fragile system right now. Bank runs might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. It could be. Our system is very fragile. You're 100% correct on that. I would not be surprised to see a lot of bank runs tomorrow from all the banks. People getting scared. Again, what drives the stock? Thank you very much for the donation, Hunter guy, and the statement. I do appreciate that. What drives the stock market? Fear and greed. Fear is a motivating factor more than anything else. Fear, when people are afraid, I'm gonna make a statement again that I have said many, many times. In an SHTF situation, true SHTF, end of the world as we know it is never going back to normal. It's a nightmare situation. The person that scares me the most in that situation is not the Army Ranger, it's not the Green Beret, it's not the SEAL team guy. Those guys, they're not the ones that scare me. The ones that scare me are the people that are scared and desperate. Because when people are scared and desperate, they will do whatever they have to do. If you have something that they want, they are going to be the ones that are going to be their worst nightmare. So remember that. Fear, that's the thing. Don't be afraid. Don't panic. Do what you have to do. Put yourself in situations to win. Yeah, a drowning person will pull you under. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Oh, yeah. So look at it. We're over 700 now. Awesome. And we still have time. Should we go for 750? Let's just keep it going. Let's just see where we end up just for fun. But anyway, guys, we are Legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We are all over the world. Where is everybody from tonight? Let's keep those thumbs up going. Let's see how close to 750. I mean, we hit our goal, so I'm happy. But I'm not being greedy, Ace Tennessee Preparedness. I'm not being greedy. Ulster Park, New York, Franklin County, Ohio, Clyde from Inverness, Florida is in the house, Okie Forge from Nowhere, Oklahoma. We have Colorado, Leesburg, Florida, Waterloo, New York, West Virginia, New Mexico's in the house, Texas, New York, Tennessee, East Central Illinois, Wilana. We have Savannah, Georgia, beautiful Pennsylvania Wild with Pennsylvania Granny. We have Masonburg, Pennsylvania, Northwest Florida. There is Fort Worth, Texas, Troutman, North Carolina with Troy. We have Georgia in the house, West Virginia with Sandy. Hey, Sandy. Call me after the stream, Sandy. We got to talk, girl. Chandler, Arizona with Mary Beth. We have Searville, Tennessee with Lena. South Dakota with Wanda. Morning Light in West Virginia. Louisville, Kentucky with Paul, Athens, Texas with Kathy, Tucson, Arizona with Angela, Central New York, Rose City, Texas with Carl, Arkansas in the house with Dennis, Memphis. We have Chatham, Ontario, Canada with Sean, Western New York with Sherry Ann, Dansville, New York. Yeah, just kidding. Okay. All right, 80K, man. We know you're from the Adirondacks. Middle of nowhere, Oregon. I like that. North Upper Michigan. Why don't you just call it the UP, Don? Come on. We know the UP. Melbourne, Australia with Bert. Glad to have you here. I hope did you know Philip? Because like everybody in Melbourne, Australia knows each other, right? I'm being sarcastic. The big island of Hawaii with Kid Rock. Very nice. Belgium is in the house. Glad to have you here. Uh, Martinsville, Virginia with Arthur. We have Florida with Sandra. Hale, Michigan with Joe. Kingsport, Tennessee. We have Ohio in the house with Michelle. Bumstead, Florida with Frederick Nolan. Joe from New Zealand. Glad to have you here. Fort Myers, Florida. West Central, Ohio. Dale in the house, our winner of the eggs today, the egg count. Southwest Florida with Jessica. Syracuse, New York with Steve. Dublin, Ohio. We have, let's see, Connecticut. Nebraska with Sean in the house. You guys that are putting up silly names, I'm not saying them because I know you're not from there. We have New Jersey's in the house. Raleigh, North Carolina, Terrence Parker Jr. Lived there. Well, I lived in Chapel Hill, Terrence, so was down there. Weeksboro, North Carolina. We have Virginia in the house. Southwest Ohio. Cape Cod, Massachusetts. So Central New York. So again, guys, we're all over the country. We are all over the world. We are a huge, huge network of people. We are the ones that are ready. We're the ones that are getting ready as best that we can. We can make a difference. We'll make a difference as much as we can now. But the true difference that we will make, we got Norway's in the house with Viking Prepper. But we can make a true difference after an event because we will be the educators. We will be helping people. And I think that it is important that we try to do that. And so definitely let's do that. So what do we get? 716. How many more can we get in this last couple of minutes? Can we hit 725 anyway? Just because, that's only 9 away. Let's keep them thumbs up coming. Let's see how many more we can get just before we jump. We hit our goal, so I'm happy about that. Anything beyond that is a bonus. So let's just have fun and see what we can do. I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. Very much appreciated, ladies and gentlemen that moderate for me. Keeping an eye on things and getting the riffraff out of here and people wanting to act stupid. Very much appreciated. I appreciate all your guys' support. I thank you guys for being here as well. It's a lot of fun. I do enjoy these chats. We have a good time. Share information, hopefully, that, how valuable do you think alcohol will be in SHTF? Very, Don, very valuable. Especially if it's not like moonshine out of a still, that'll still be valuable as well. But if you have post, SHTF bottles of liquor, I think that is a really, really good thing to have. Really. And I will tell you this. Yep. And the higher the proof, the better. I have a lot of liquor. And I stock it away for that reason. So, again, bartable, tangible assets. Okay? Tangible assets, very important. Also, remember, guys, we are all in this together. We truly are. We are one race, one. It's called the human race. Oh, now we're only 16 away from 750. Can we do it? Can we hit 750 before we jump off? So, what about Budweiser beer or beer? I think you mean beer. No, throw that out. Just Pull the tabs and dump your Budweiser out. It's a waste. If you just fill the cans with urine, it's the same thing. Okay, so it's not. It doesn't make any difference. And if you're a Budweiser fan, I feel sorry for you. No, 750 is not even close, Hunter guy. What JJ? What's our record? Like 1,600? I mean, I had a chat. I had 3,500 people in a chat one time. Like 3,500 people in a chat one time. So yeah, it was a big chat then. So I think the record's like 1,600 thumbs up. But yeah. Oh, it was over 2,000. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So well, yeah, it was a lot. We had a lot then. Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what. 750. That's a decent chat. I'm not going to ever complain about that as far as thumbs up goes. Janet says, I remember that chat. It was crazy. That day was crazy. It was, yeah, 2150, JJ. Okay. Yeah, that was a lot. It was a lot of people in that chat that day. So, anyway, guys, also remember, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day, tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only person that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. Period. End of story. Nobody else. Um, stay positive. Stay away from negative people. There's plenty of them out there that tell you what you can't do, what you can't accomplish. Uh, and it's a waste of your time. It truly is. So just stay positive and you're going to be just fine. Uh, hang in there, guys. What do we got? Two more. We need two more thumbs up here to hit 750. See, I wasn't being greedy trying to get to 750. I knew you guys could do it. So, anyway, again, guys, I know we have fun and we talk and we have a good time, but I really do believe that we need to stay focused. We need to keep doing what we need to do. Put yourselves in a position to be successful. See how we blew past it. 7:59 already. Wow. All right, guys, be safe. Are you growing my beard out? I started growing it just because of the poison ivy, but I may. I don't know. I'll let it go for right now and see what it turns into. But anyway, be safe. I will see you guys all in the next one. Be smart. Keep getting ready. Do what you got to do. Think of your families. And the biggest thing I'm going to leave you on is don't be victims. Don't be victims. Okay? I will see you all later, guys. Have a great day. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.